Hello, and welcome to the First Issue Club. We are your weekly comic book podcast. We're just like Sue Storm. We love a good read. We're here to talk about comic books like we always are. We're steady and reliable for you guys. Heck, we're almost at 400 episodes.
What?
How about that? We're half a Simpsons over here.
They said we wouldn't make it past 4.
That's right.
Who's the idiot now, Mom? We did it.
Yeah.
400. Are we the longest running comic book podcast? Surely not.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Who's going to stop us? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's no podcast police. Yeah, we'll say it.
We are the definitive go-to comic book podcast. And
If we say that enough,
we've been
the SEO will pick it up and we'll get a lot more. The best place to go for first issues and cryptocurrency breaking news.
Your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast.
Workout tips and yoga mantras.
All of it brought to you by Space Camper Cosmic IPA from Boulevard Brewing Company. I'm drinking a chill break. It's an endless IPA, a little bit of what they used to call a session, while the guys are drinking the classic Cosmic IPA. Lovely, hoppy, bitter beer, just the way you want it, but several varietals to balance your want for bitterness.
Legally, I have to say this. I can't prove what I'm about to assume, but I also can't disprove it. But I took the SATs and got a 200.
That's really bad.
I drank a Space Camper IPA and retook the SATs, and I got an 1,000.
That's really bad still.
1,000?
What is a good score on the SAT? A 1,200.
That's I think that's average. Isn't a 1,600 a perfect score? No, they increased it. It's like a 2,200 now.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so I think you were bringing that up. They increased it because I drank the Space Camper IPA.
Oh, right.
I found some
Mm-hmm.
errors on the SAT, and I wrote them on the back. I said, actually, on questions 13, 55, and 70, it's supposed to be worded like this. And they said, Mr. Lichter, thank you so much.
Yep.
We're gonna up the perfect score. We're gonna call it getting a lick tie.
Perfect score is 1,600. I was joking about the 2,200.
Okay, so was I.
So drink a Space Camper Cosmic IPA and stare into the eyes of eternity.
Will that tagline stick? Tune in next week.
You're flying through like a space odyssey.
See the event horizon
Yeah.
on Space Camper IPA. Drink responsibly.
Do not fly a spaceship while drinking, guys.
Travel to the void responsibly. Man, this hits good.
Yeah, it's a great drink.
Yeah.
How about this though? Great cons are going on. Maybe the greatest con of all time.
Here's a good pro. Good cons.
Clever girl.
You must be talking about the president. A little political humor.
He's a bad con. He's a pro at being a con.
Just like we're the longest running comic book podcast, San Diego Comicon is the longest running Comic-Con I can think of.
That we haven't been to.
The OG Comic-Con, and it's bringing back comics to the forefront with the MCU and DC going back to having kind of their own conventions and release days with like Disney Day and all these other events that are going on. It's kind of refreshing to see Hall H
Silented.
So people can enjoy comics and not be like bombarded in lines to like stare at Hugh Jackman.
Where were you when Hall H shuttered its doors?
First they came for Hall H, and I said nothing.
Ask not what you could do for Hall H, but what Hall H can do for you.
I saw a handful of things that were like, bring the carpet back. I guess they pulled up the carpet in the convention center. A lot of convention centers
So it doesn't match the drapes. Interesting.
are just concrete floors, right? Like ours in Kansas
Planet
City
is,
C2E2's just mostly concrete.
Yeah.
It would be a dream to go to a con that has a carpeted floor.
Imagine how much quieter it would be.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But I understand why they don't.
Oh,
Yeah, because nerds are messy.
And I can't believe it lasted as long as it apparently did in San Diego.
A little con hack, I always buy fresh insoles
That's
before a con.
Amazing idea.
I actually glue carpet to the bottom of my shoes.
Wow.
So-
A reverse insole.
Are those red
An
bottoms?
outsole.
Call them an outsole.
Yeah.
Just a sole.
Mhm.
These are called Kia soles. We should do that. we
Glue
should
carpet to the
glue
bottom.
red carpet to the bottom of our shoes. Yeah, we're always on the red carpet.
Haha. Insincere laugh, if
Yeah.
you couldn't tell.
Passive.
Okay. Anything happen at San Diego Comic-Con? We talked about it last week. Last week we were recording after the first day of
Mhm.
SDCC. Has anything happened since that you were like, it's worth talking about on the show?
I am super excited about how well thought out the Absolute verse is for the DC stuff.
Okay.
It very well could have just been like, we got beefy Batman and like Greek mythology Wonder Woman.
Muscle Mommy Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it's just like, and they could have just been like 4 issues of that, and we're going back to the status quo. And it sounds like from all the panels, they're just like, no, we saw the vision, and you guys kind of latched onto it, so we're gonna kick this down the street a little bit longer.
I love that.
Yeah, the big two big announcements I can think of for Absolute. There's a crossover,
Mhm.
or Batman is meeting Wonder Woman.
In Wonder Woman
In-
13, 16? One of those?
One of those. So that's a step toward Absolute Justice League. And then they also announced Absolute Green Arrow.
Yep.
Which is going to be super cool. Did we talk about that already?
On the Patreon of last week.
Sure.
But
Is it still Oliver?
Still Oliver
yes,
Queen.
and it's Pornchak Pichetto
Yeah, that's right.
writing it.
hmm
Yes.
And
you did. I think you did close on the name.
yeah, you did well. You thought about it.
Porchak Pistachio.
Pichetto. I think that's what you said.
Bruschetta.
I think it's if I had to guess at a pronunciation, I think it's Pichetto.
Okay. I'm dumb.
You'd know better than us.
I don't know.
In any case, when I see their name attached to the stuff,
Yep.
I get
I
excited.
buy it.
I
Well-
get excited,
And Raphael Albuquerque's doing the art.
which is kind of crazy.
That
It's
is
nuts.
weird, isn't it?
That's a huge get.
Yeah.
Well, it's Scott Snyder was probably like, "Hey,
Yeah.
We're doing something over here.
remember when we did American Vampire?
Yeah, you busy?
I look at that and I look at Ultimate Hawkeye
Oh yeah.
and I say Ultimate Hawkeye's way more interesting. Even though I think we're starting to see a little bit of like the disinterest beginning to fester and grow in Marvel's Ultimate line
They
They're kind of wrapping theirs up
because
though.
they're wrapping it up. Yes.
I think they picked the perfect because Ultimate Spider-Man's ending at 24, right? And the 19 came out this week.
Is that right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've lost track of the numbering.
Yeah,
So-
well, I think they just saw like heat from Absolute, and they're just like, "Oh, we gotta wrap it up. We're
Well,
overstaying our
Yeah,
walk here."
they didn't want to keep it going for like 40 issues when nobody's buying it.
Well, didn't
Do you
volume?
think people aren't buying it? I was under the impression that the intent for Ultimate was always around 22 issues a book.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have put it past Marvel to extend it if it
That's-
was like a barn burner.
That's what I mean.
Sure,
It's
okay.
it still has heat.
Because Volume 1 of Ultimate Spider-Man back in the early 2000s went over 100 fucking issues.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, so
Well, and
there's precedent.
And so did X-Men and
Yeah.
Fantastic Four got up there.
And
Like,
they overstayed their
Yeah.
welcome.
Some of us hashed this out on the Discord, and a shout out to everyone on the Discord, and you can join the Discord too if you want to chat with
Yep,
cool
check our link tree and all of our socials.
comic folks. But we were having a chat about what's the fallout from Marvel's Ultimate Universe. Sorry, we're off track from SDCC now. We'll get back to it.
That's fine.
But do you guys think they'll pluck out and save a character? And if so, who would that character be? Who would you pick from the Ultimate line? to say they validate being saved.
Is the Doctor Doom in the Ultimate Universe good?
Yeah, it's Tony. No, it's not Tony Stark. It's Reed Richards. Is Doctor Doom in Ultimates?
I
In
can't
any
recall.
case,
That is in the Ultimates
Yeah,
where I've seen his mask on the cover.
yeah.
But I've read X-Men, a little bit of Black Panther, Spider-Man, and a little bit of Hawkeye.
I can.
Those are the four that I've had my fingies in.
I can see them keeping good Doom because we're going through the huge Doom.
One World Under Doom.
One World Under Doom right now,
Yeah.
and there needs to be a comeuppance there.
Does our Doom get replaced with good Doom?
Yes. So we get like altruistic Doom
Yeah.
that is just like trying to,
Finally a hero.
yeah, like take his name back and have a meme coin. So I can see them keeping Ultimate Doom.
I was kind of hoping Maystorm would stick around,
Mm-hmm.
who is the little Japanese schoolgirl that has Storm's powers, more or less.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Storm's an Omega level mutant. Gives us a cool punk rock school kid.
I think with that, younger characters flourish
Yeah.
better. And also, if they're not clicking with audiences, they're easier to brush away.
Yeah.
You know what I
right.
mean? Just like, oh, they're actually at school
Yeah, they're
now.
doing other stuff.
They're in adolescence. Sorry.
We also had on the Discord thrown out Peter Parker's son,
Mhm.
who is the
Jessup.
redhead, and then the
Jessup Parker.
and then Ultimate Hawkeye, who is a Native American character, and I think is endlessly more interesting than
Yeah.
our normal Marvel Universe Hawkeye. All right,
Also named Jessup.
I don't know, man. Ultimate Wolverine.
Ultimate Wolverine's really good.
So
I
sick.
forgot. I have been reading Ultimate Wolverine as well.
So
I was surprised by how dang good that book
I mean, it's
was.
Chris Conan. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good book. But
Yep.
that's the only
Wonder-
Ultimate book I'm reading.
Wonder if Benjamin Percy's just
Is
like,
it-
hey, jackass.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, Benjamin Percy's
hey.
he's stepping on my territory.
I'm the only Wolverine writer around here.
I get the beefy boys.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone that they've killed in mainline Marvel that has a ultimate counterpart that they could like bring back to life that way. But
is Uncle Ben alive?
no one occurs to me aside from Uncle Ben. What if they brought Uncle Ben back?
They'd have to go through the whole ordeal of him
There'd
dying
be
again.
There'd be a revolt.
There would be
There probably would be a
there'd
little
be
bit
a
of a
there'd be an
revolt.
event.
Yeah.
Ben dies twice.
They would. They would.
Yo, they'd make a whole
Dude.
goddamn year event over it. Ben's Day clock.
Ben's Day
What would you do with one more Ben?
The event is
Bring Quesada back for one more Ben.
the event is 24 months long.
Mm-hmm.
Each month is an hour that a comic book covers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You get the whole
Watch Ben.
Jack Bauer event.
8 issues of him sleeping.
Yeah. This issue sucks. The 9-panel grid of his eyes closed.
Who's watching Ben?
But God, Stegman drew the shit out of it.
San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes.
Back to it.
Um,
Absolute stuff we were excited about. Did we get off the two things you were excited about?
I mean, those are the big
Yeah.
two
Okay.
big things. Yeah.
And then and then just like the assurance that like we are going to see an ultimate or an absolute Justice League
Yeah.
Yeah.
eventually, and
Yeah.
it has to happen. The Marvel stuff really was a lot of the X-Men stuff they're kind of preparing for. There was a lot of Age of Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
That Age of Revelation.
Yeah.
Where it's like 10 years in the future, right?
Yeah. If that's your cup of tea, congratulations. I completely checked out as soon as they started mentioning that stuff.
Oh, I think it looks pretty interesting.
It looks cool, but like that's not my era of X-Men that I really enjoy.
I don't have a lot of nostalgia for that era either. Like, I love Joe Madura
Mm-hmm.
who was doing like some covers and interiors around then.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean, if they brought him back for any of it, I would love that. I don't think he would do it at this point though.
No, he didn't even like do his Battle Chasers.
Yeah, he didn't even
reboot.
do Battle Chasers. That's right. So I don't know. I'm a crazy X head. I have thousands of X-Men comics,
Mhm.
and at some point I need to hit the eject button on it, but I don't foresee myself doing it yet.
I kind of like when they do these like flash forwards or like events where it's just like,
A potential future.
well, when it's like 8 miniseries and you can just pick up the one that you think is cool.
Yeah.
Because for someone who doesn't read mainline X-Men stuff, it's cool to like jump in and like, oh,
Be like, oh yeah, what's
Yeah.
Gambit up to?
yeah, well, what if there's
Throwing
a whole
cards.
team of Nightcrawlers or like,
Oh, okay. Hmm.
that's what I'm saying.
I'm into that.
The Kid Omega team
Mhm.
book that they're coming out with, or like Laura Kinney Sabretooth.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I'm probably gonna read a bunch of them.
Aside from that, I mean, there really isn't any huge mega announcements. I almost said bombs. You can't really say that.
We talked about how many exclusives there were.
Yeah, that was a fun.
There was like almost 700 exclusives,
Mm-hmm.
referring to variant covers. So that doesn't even include like all the
Yep.
pins and toys and trinkets and other things that were happening. There's like, this week has been the fallout of overstock.
Yeah, the sales.
Where everybody is like, we came back from the con with all this crap, like please buy it from us
please.
online. I haven't pulled the trigger on anything that I've seen aside from yesterday's pins. Had a crypto pin that I couldn't pass up.
What were the other styles? I'm curious.
They had like 40 SDCC
Oh my
exclusives.
God.
There was like Nintendo stuff,
Okay.
con specific stuff, all kinds of different Trauma. They had a lot of Trauma stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
There is the pin culture, the pinback culture, is kind of wild to me, because that is another fandom that can get out of hand very quickly. Like you think since they're smaller, they're easier to store and like they don't take much room, but like these people have like hundreds of these little pinback things. It's like, where are you going to put them? You can't just like
you just buy a corkboard and
see. No,
why?
are you talking about people who collect them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I've seen people do that.
Yeah.
It's just like it looks messy. It looks messy.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just like they didn't do it correctly or pin it up correctly, but it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't think that. I would just get like a denim tuxedo and put them all over that as like
course you would.
as like a holder.
Craig's got just tail draping behind him, full of pins.
Like a wedding train.
Yeah. We've got to run behind him, picking him up when he goes upstairs and stuff.
Clink, 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 clink. Make sure they don't fall off. Just losing pins left and right.
Do you guys want to talk about Eisners quickly?
Sure.
Would love to.
It's kind of the other big news.
Were there any upsets?
Oh, I would say so. Ongoing series.
Okay, ongoing series went to the Santos sisters,
Yes.
Santos sisters. Yes.
which it was up against. Andy, if you have it up,
I don't have
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Was Chip Zdarsky's Batman on there?
I don't remember.
I want to say Something That's Killing the Children might have been on there. But some,
Department of Truth, I think, was on there.
Yeah.
but
Department of Truth was on a little bit of a layoff for
Okay,
half a
here we
year
go.
or two.
Here we go. I found him. Sorry. I haven't heard of any of the. Oh, that's best short story. Single issue, continuing series, Department of Truth, Detective Comics, Fantastic Four, Ultimate Spider-Man, Wonder Woman by Tom King, and then Santos Sisters.
Santos sisters. Okay,
That is bonkers to me.
right.
That
It's not
a
surprising to me that
Archie spoof kind of comic that is not very popular at all.
they picked the only indie book.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I think
Let's
it
not
goes-
disparage the honor of the Eisners.
I'm not disparaging anything. I'm just saying, like, they picked the only indie book.
So you say it's a DEI hire? What
Yeah,
so what
that's
are you
exactly
doing?
right. You got it.
I think what happened is we slept on it because we have a lot of people in the Discord who, when they found out that Santos Sisters won, they're just like, thank fucking God. Like,
Well,
this book has been going off the rails.
I've been reading it since issue 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's like funny 420 kind of comics.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like it's like an Archie, but like for stoners and modern people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
I enjoy it. I think it's very punk rock. It's kind of like it's printed on like newsprint. It's what I like about like indie weird alt comics.
Yeah. Someone said it has like a little bit of Love and Rockets influence.
Sure, I could see that.
So what you're saying is like good, not great.
I think it's its own thing
Mm-hmm.
that sits over here, and it's not in the weight class of like to have read Tom King's Wonder Woman over the past year.
Yeah.
You read that and are like shook to your core.
Mm-hmm.
And then every single issue is like a gut punch and then like a celebration
Mhm.
in this like long trotting story. And then Santos Sisters is like a couple bees get drunk and fuck, and then these two girls turn into like Sailor Moons and punch a lizard because he stole her boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, so now I know why it won.
Santos Sisters is awesome. It's just like so impossible to compare
Mm-hmm.
with these like mega comics with like the
Right.
industry's best of the best.
And that's kind of what I mean by they picked the indie book is like you compare all of these and they're all
Well,
like
these are
big
all people who've
superhero-
already won Eisners, so it's
That-
like, why don't we
yeah.
give it to this other?
It's like if Harold and Kumar won an Oscar.
Mhm.
Everyone's just like,
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, what just happened?
I
Well,
love that.
here's the thing too. The Eisner's panel is different every year.
Yep.
And it's very small. So depending on who they pick,
Yeah.
there can be real tastemakers. So if
I heard that the writer of Santos Sisters was on the panel.
Well, I was going to say, I'm sorry you guys didn't like my pick.
so you get like two punk rock people
Yeah.
on the Eisner's panel, and they sway everything to be like independent books potentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like really a community voted. I think like press can vote on stuff, but ultimately the panelists select the
Mm-hmm.
nominees,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would love to be in that room.
It'd be
Kinda like a
so interesting.
12 Angry Men
I mean,
situation.
I would love to have more of a peek behind the curtain in like how some of that gets done, because it's the Oscars of comics, and for it to be such a big thing, we've got, as a fandom, I think very little insight into like how formal all of it is, really.
I mean, it's the same way with the Oscars.
Sure.
Nobody even knows who picks the Oscar winners. The panel is secret.
The Academy.
The lizards that control Hollywood.
Best limited series: Alan Scott, Green Lantern, Animal Pound, Deviant, Helen of Windhorn, Rare Flavors, and Zatanna Bringing Down the House.
Helen of Windhorn has to have won.
Zatanna won.
Zatanna won.
Yeah.
I thought Helen Windhorn didn't win something.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, Zatanna Bringing Down the House
so good.
was really good. Javier
Bringing down the
Rodriguez
house.
And Mariko Tamaki.
and Mariko Tamaki. Mariko Tamaki is an indie darling kind
Yes.
of writer.
Mhm.
Has written a lot of graphic novels that like,
They wrote Breaking Glass, that Harley Quinn DC Inc.
oh
story.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
right.
It was amazing.
Mhm.
I would have picked Rare Flavors to win.
Rare
But-
Flavors was really good.
Best new series: Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Minor Arcana, Pedestrian, Power
Oh.
Fantasy, Uncanny Valley. Absolute Wonder Woman won.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Good for Kelly Thompson.
That's pretty cool.
The big shock there is that the Pedestrian got nominated because that book rules.
Yeah.
It's so good. But it's on Magma.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's on a smaller publisher. There was a couple surprises on there for me.
Let's see. Best anthology: Cruel Universe, Godzilla 70th anniversary. Now the new comics anthology, Peep #1, Sew Buttons #14, and Godzilla 1. Which
This is the Godzilla versus Cities thing that won?
no,
Or
it's a 70th anniversary.
oh, just a single book that has
Yeah.
a compilation.
It's kind of like pinups of Godzilla.
Ooh la la. Godzilla
Pretty
as Red
risque.
Sonja.
oh, get Tim Seeley on the phone.
Some of the stuff that
What's Frank Chow up to?
best comics related journalism.
The Comics Beat one.
Comics Beat one, Zdarsky Comics News was nominated,
Yeah,
which
that's
cracked
great.
me
That's
up.
amazing.
I love that he got that into comic shops. I don't know, like,
It's free.
yeah, I don't know what the deal, like, if it's backed by a publisher or anything, or if he just independently was like, what if I'd made this, put it on Diamond for, like, cost,
Yeah,
and see what happens.
I think that's what he did, and
Yeah.
now he's got advertisers, and now it's like an actual thing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we should try to do this.
Okay.
That would
Make
be
a
You
awesome.
got the
little-
time?
Make a like a quarterly
First issue club thing.
first issue club kind of zine thing. We give out firsties every quarter.
What's in Vargas's pocket?
Nobody knows.
Not even me.
Best webcomic, False Knees won.
Hey,
cool.
I think their second Eisner.
Yep.
That's
Uh,
crazy. False Knees is awesome if you haven't checked them out.
It's like satirical.
Very sweet comics with birds told through the like lens of wildlife.
Best writer, Tom King, Ram V, Kelly Thompson, James Tinian, Gene Lun Yang.
Oh, he won.
He for sure won.
Yep, he sure did.
Every time he gets nominated for these, he wins.
Yep.
He did Saints, Boxers, and Saints.
and Saints, yeah, and American Born Chinese.
Yeah.
Yep. This year he won for Lunar New Year Love Story.
I haven't read that. I'll have to get it.
I haven't either. Best writer / artist. I was not familiar with any of the nominees. But except for Emil Ferris was my favorite thing is Monsters.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
But the winner was Charles Burns, I'm pretty sure. Anyway,
congrats, Chuck.
Chuck Burns.
best-
Everyone's best friend.
the best colorist is like an absolute fucking no-brainer. Jordi Belair should win every year.
That should just be called the Jordi Belair Award.
I think we talked about
Yeah.
this and the same with the letterer should be
Clayton Cowles.
Clayton Cowles.
who
yeah.
won this
Who
year.
won
They
again?
should, they should name
They
the
need
awards
to.
after that.
They need to
Yeah.
retire. They need
Yeah.
to withdraw their names out of respect.
Just a
Because no one
stack
else-
of Eisners.
No one else is gonna win as long
Yeah.
as they're in there.
Dave Stewart also got nominated.
Yeah.
He did Dawn Runner, Hellboy.
Well, Dave Stewart was right before Jordi Belair.
Yeah,
Like that's when you see the shift from
Mhm.
just
yeah.
like Dave Stewart was like boom, 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 and then like it was Jordi Belair, and then it's just like those two duking it out.
Yeah, it's
Just
It's crazy.
duking.
best cover artist was, I think, Tula Lote ended up winning. For my money, I think Hayden Sherman should have won.
What's a
Why am I
Hayden
not
Sherman?
familiar
Hayden
with
Sherman
Hayden
did
Sherman.
Absolute Wonder Woman and Batman Dark Patterns. Those covers.
Okay.
Who else was nominated?
Bilquis Evely did Animal Pound and Helen of Windhorn.
Oh yeah,
Evan Cagle did Dawn
Oof.
Runner, New Gods, Detective Comics, and Junie Ba.
Junie Ba. Oh man, I wish he would have won something this year.
I think Hayden Sherman should have won. My 2 cents.
Well,
You don't those Absolute Wonder Woman covers?
Mike, those Absolute Wonder Woman covers.
I loved the Detective Comics covers this past year. I thought were phenomenal.
The gothic style. That was Saladin Ahmed's run.
Yeah.
It was like the
No, that
Phantom of the Opera.
That was Ram V's.
Or Ron,
Ron
V.
V, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
But that wasn't like the gothic, like
Mm-hmm.
Phantom of the Opera style
Yeah.
covers.
Yeah, they had a little border. Those covers were phenomenal.
They were very good.
So hotly contested Eisners this year.
That was the Eisners.
Couple fist fights.
Can't wait to see who wins the firsties.
Just
Stay
have to wait
tuned.
a few more months.
Stay tuned. When do we do the firsties?
After the
It's
new
like
year.
our end of year wrap up. Yeah.
Okay. Did we agree on that name?
Nope.
I mean, what else would we call it? The Clubby?
It has never really been an award.
No.
We should do an awards this year. We should all
Yeah.
we should all get tuxedo T-shirts and do an awards show.
Sure.
I'm gonna get a full on tuxedo. I'm not gonna be some schlub over here with a t-shirt on.
It says I'm formal, but I'm here to party.
I'm here to
You gonna
party.
rent or buy?
Well, if this is an annual thing,
Yeah.
I gotta buy.
It's lease to own, actually.
Yeah, it's a rent a center.
Every time I buy a suit, I either gain 50 pounds or lose 50 pounds, and it's like, damn it, the suit lasted
Get it together, body.
a month. Okay, do we want to talk any Fantastic Four stuff, or have we've exhausted the news portion? What time stamp are we at?
Here's what I want for the Fantastic Four time.
We're already over the half hour.
Real quick, Fantastic Four had a lot of things it needed to do correctly to be considered a success from Marvel standpoint and from audience standpoint.
And
I want to know, based on your interactions, did it meet the criteria that you needed it to hit to give you the reassurance that Marvel is headed in the right direction, specifically with the franchise and with the Fantastic Four?
I hate to do this, but yes and no. I
Okay.
think double-edged sword for me on this one. Like, as a standalone movie, it was very enjoyable. It was shot well. It was cast well.
Sounds like you're about to break up with me.
But the thing that it did, and this is my like skip forward 5 minutes or whatever before I say this, if you don't want anything about the movie spoil. I'm not going to give away the ending, but I'm going to say my take on the ending. So you've been warned. It didn't make a choice in the way that every other Marvel thing isn't making a choice at the end, where good guy is confronted with bad guy in big epic confrontation, and story is resolved until next movie or next thing. Where, like, I feel like people have said the MCU stuff is too formulaic for quite a while, and we had some assumptions on how it might end in a different way that would really shake things up for the MCU. And it had a good opportunity to, given the way that they ended Thunderbolts, again, without spoiling anything, kind of being vague. But they didn't do that stuff. And they resolved it. And I walked out of the theater saying, they did a good job with that one. It kept my attention. It didn't overstay its welcome. It wasn't too long like some of these older movies were. So it was a fun thrill ride, and it was the most enjoyable Fantastic Four movie, but that's not saying a lot, right?
Sure.
This
This is the best root canal I've gotten so far.
But I'm also not saying it wasn't enjoyable. Like, I left the movie theater feeling like, wow, I had fun and I got my money's worth, and that's really a lot of what you can ask for from a superhero movie, right? But at the same time, I do think they need to kick this formula of introducing bad guy, defeating bad guy, introducing bad guy, defeating bad guy. Like, do an arc for like one of the franchises.
I think that's what Doom is going to be.
Well, it's a franchise-wide arc, right?
Okay.
Like,
I don't know. I think that's like, I think people are like kind of sick of that though, because like we had it. I mean, it worked. It worked for Thanos because that was like the first time we'd ever seen something like that. But then we had that whole thing with Kang, and that just like fizzled because of Jonathan Majors. So like,
yeah,
I think the reason people are gravitating toward this movie specifically is because it's like, I don't have to watch 2 TV shows and then this movie, and now I have to go see the TV show and the sequel movie. It's like, this was just Fantastic Four, and if it leads to something, then great, but it was like its own standalone thing. You know?
Rebuttal.
Kind of. I think, okay, so my thing with like Superman was that it did the thing of cannonballing right in with all the context. And the Fantastic Four movie did a similar thing where it was just like, this world exists that has had tons of previous adventures and all these pre-existing characters like Mole Man that they throw at you. And you kind of just take it for what it's worth. And for me, this is kind of like downplaying the idea that we need like the education on every character that's in this to make it work. Like I kind of think that fact is a little overblown now that I've seen us just get like parachuted into movies that have like pre-existing universes with no context.
Yeah.
Well,
they've been prepping us for 10, 15 years now.
Yeah.
I think my walk away still stands that like it would have been so interesting to see them lose or to have this end on like some sort of a cliffhanger or something, because I do think regardless of having like the movies build upon each other, what they haven't done is really connected like, oh, I can pluck out the Iron Man movies and watch the 3 Iron Man movies and see like an arc with Tony Stark. They're all just like bombarded in the middle of like all the other Avenger-ness. They're like completely disparate and disconnected. And it is because they're just like new starting point. Everybody is like hindered by like losing their powers or something for a time, and then they get them back, and then they kill the bad guy, and then we did a little something by being like, did you see that guy in the background? That was the part of this that like is doing the Kang thing, or that's the part of this that's doing the Doom thing. It formulaically felt very stale to me in the way that all other comic book movies or a lot of the other MCU movies have felt stale to me.
They wrap up all the loose threads.
Yes.
Where it's just not like, there's no hanging thing of just like, oh, the villain actually got away and you're going to be seeing him later.
There was nothing leaving me like wanting more or being like, I'm so stoked on this. It was just kind of like, wipe my hands of it. That was like,
I'm so blessed.
It was
that
a
Kevin
decent
Feige.
It was a decent superhero movie.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like willing to give it, I think.
Okay.
See, but I think that's what people are like sick of, is the like
the
hanging chads for every superhero movie.
Yeah.
The investment.
Yeah, like I think a lot of people's complaints about the last phase of Marvel stuff was that everything bled into each other, and there's just a glut of that stuff. But you go to Fantastic Four and like, you don't need to know anything about them before you go into this movie. You can learn who these characters are by watching the movie. You can relate to them by watching this movie, and then you can see them, whatever, defeat Galactus, and then call it a day. And you don't have to call your friend who's the comic nerd because some guy showed up at the end, or a rocket got launched. Or whatever.
I didn't get any phone calls when this movie came out. Just like, hey, who is?
And keep in mind, the very first thing that happens in this movie is we're presented with Universe 828.
Yeah.
So like the very first thing it does is tell you that this is not the MCU.
Yeah. Okay, but part of my thing is everyone's trying to build a franchise, right? Like the point is to franchise this. The point, like, people go and see Fast and Furious movies, And it's because they've built relationships with the Fast and Furious characters.
Yep.
And
They're family movies.
And they build upon each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do think there was something more to be done here, is I guess all I'm saying.
So you feel like Marvel was too timid?
Yeah, I think this was an opportunity. Given it was like
They played it too
this
safe.
exists over here in some like whatever the fuck universe that like doesn't affect the rest of the shit that we've built over here. That's like on eggshells. Like, use that to be like, we can obliterate this universe. In this universe, Galactus wins.
Yeah.
And the Fantastic Four escape to the other Earth. You know what I mean? Like, I just expected something with major repercussions to happen when it was very laissez-faire.
Oh.
Laissez-faire.
Leave alone.
I don't speak French, so I can't speak to that.
He disliked the movie so much he had to pull out college terminology.
I don't know. It was
All right.
It was fine.
Okay. Let's get in the comic books now.
Okay, let's do it.
We did it. I feel like we could do this conversation for another 55
for
minutes.
100 years.
Yeah.
So let's do a favor and move on.
Mike D and I read 2 of the same books, and then Greg and I read 1 of the same book.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read anything else other than these 2?
No. Well,
No.
let me say really quickly.
Okay.
I read I Tyrant.
Yeah.
I tried to.
Okay.
Okay.
All 3 of us tried.
All three of
to.
us tried to. This was the unspoken thing that we don't necessarily like to be negative about comics, but I think we all had the shared experience of getting halfway through this comic, if even,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and being like, I have zero clue what is happening here. It seemed like it was written in a foreign language and then translated
Mm-hmm.
into English by someone who didn't understand English to me. Like
Or the foreign language that they're translating.
yeah, like I just did not understand what was happening.
He's saying this.
Yeah. It was there were several different things happening at once where like the beginning of it, I thought I was going to get like the story of an immigrant,
Yeah.
which I was interested in, and then it like there was some disconnected family drama, and then it turned into an occultist thing, like folklore,
Yep.
and then it turned into a play about the folklore, but then the folklore was real.
Yeah.
And the play was being like funded by a demon or something. And at that point I was just like, we've introduced like so many different ideas
Mm-hmm.
that like, and I just cannot connect the dots between them.
Yeah.
And I stopped. So if anybody read this book and loved it, I would love to be enlightened, I guess. I want to find a way to appreciate this. The like art was extremely interesting,
Yeah.
and maybe this was another thing where like sometimes when the art is like very loose and like energetic,
Yeah.
it can be hard to differentiate characters.
Yeah. There wasn't like a panel system, if
Yes.
I'm remembering correct. It was
Right.
just kind of like loosey goosey on the page.
And so when you're telling a very complicated script,
yeah.
it's tough married with an art style where it's not like that's like when Martin Simmons, who has a similar
Distinct, yeah.
art
Yes.
style, does this. He makes decisions like this guy always wears the bright red cowboy hat.
Yes.
And this guy
Yeah.
has
Big old glasses.
huge
Yeah.
white glasses
Yeah.
on his
Yeah.
face.
You
And
get a defining feature.
this is the old man with the big old beard.
yeah.
Like there is such a key defining feature because his
This
art
big old beard.
his art style is so frenetic that without it you wouldn't be able to differentiate like a bunch of white guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Or the character from the background.
right. So this
Yeah.
comic for me was just I had a hard time with the threading, and normally I just chalk this up to being like this person is too smart or on a wavelength that like I'm just not on, where as they're writing this, the dots are clearly connecting for them, and it's not necessarily translating to me on page the way I'm used to reading comic books.
Right.
So which is something to say, because I've read, like 10,000 comics in my life. So
That we know of.
yeah, that
That you started categorizing.
that I've cataloged for myself. So a book to maybe check out, but be wary of that it's a little hard to access.
It felt like my first time reading like old English poetry, where it's like it's
Your first time, my first and last time reading Old English poetry.
like if you've ever read the original Beowulf,
Mhm.
it's like you can't read it because it's not in English, but it's
God, when does Angelina Jolie get here? God damn.
it's in Old English, so like you can pick out words and kind of get it, but like you need somebody to translate.
Beowulf in the New English is much better.
Yeah.
Beowulf shows up looking yoked AF.
Beowulf, tight as shit. I want to read a synopsis of this book and then go back and read the
That's
book,
what I should
right?
do.
Like,
I should probably read what it's about and then go back and read it.
Yeah. So,
Or avoid it.
or don't buy it.
One of the two.
One of the two.
That's the thing. I think we're not most readers, right?
Yeah.
Like I think we're willing to put in a little more effort to like try to understand something.
Yeah.
So
Due to the fact that we need content for a show.
that's right.
We also read War.
Yes.
Right?
The War.
The
Not just war. The War.
Number 1.
By Ennis and the Cloon dog, Becky Cloonan.
Oh, good old
Cloon dog.
Call us up, Cloon dog, and we'll have you on the show.
We just got blacklisted.
And we'll never call you Cloon dog.
This is out on Boom, and it was originally one of the
Distillery?
no, I think it was one of the backup stories in Hello Darkness,
Yeah, it was
Right.
Oh, okay.
which is an anthology comic.
anthologized or whatever.
Yeah, so they've collected it into a single issue here.
Yep.
And they put number 1 on it, so I don't know if that means it's going to continue.
It's gonna be 3 issues.
Okay.
Yeah, this book is super depressing.
Yeah.
It made me feel sad.
I mean, the first part of it,
Garth Ennis doing his best Jeff Lemire.
well, I think they do a really great job with the first part of it. And where it ends is great because it was an amazing cliffhanger in Hello Darkness.
Yes.
So I'm talking about this issue in parts because that was the way I originally
Yeah.
absorbed it.
So
right?
this issue number 1 is the first
three.
parts
Yeah.
of the story.
Mm-hmm.
So
the beginning portion of it is a room full of friends kind of waxing about what the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, like what does that mean for the world at large? Like what happens if this escalates? Like when was the last time we saw something like this?
yeah.
Like the kind of just doom hypothetical conversations you have with
Very like pseudo intellectual.
like with pseudo intellectuals like
Yeah.
late at night. It was
Yeah.
like, which honestly super identifiable. Like
Yeah, right.
Like
The stuff we do about comic books every week.
exactly right. Like this is the like, if I'm lucky, this is the level of
What do you mean
intelligence
Santos Sisters won?
Yeah.
So I loved the book opening like that, and the first part ends with all the like hypotheticals kind of like hitting more of a reality when you realize that like London has fallen.
Yeah.
And they just get pinged on their phones at night. Now, this all happens in America.
Yeah.
So again, you kind of see this like, well, it's happening overseas sort of thing, which I think is very interesting to look at the American perspective of all these terrible things happening when like we as a country are so young and we've experienced so little like this on our own soil.
We're also kind of isolated
Yeah.
by miles of water. And so
Yeah.
like we can't grasp that Europe is essentially just like the States.
Yeah.
And like that's like if we had conflicts kind of like the Civil War of like stuff happening, we can't comprehend that because it hasn't happened here since the Civil War.
Yeah.
But like Europe, they've been dealing with it since the inception of, boundary lines.
Yeah.
Well, the U.S. has only been invaded 3 times.
The Beatles,
Yeah, the British invasion. That's right.
avian flu, and then One Direction.
Jesus Christ.
The so I do love the kind of, like we were saying, pseudo intellectual thing and how long
that we just did.
you can see that persist
Yeah.
through this as it begins to get more real, layered on top of the people that these people are in relationships with, and you're seeing like the interrelationship turmoil that's like, we're focusing on people problems when there's world problems, and I didn't like the way so and so said this, and it rubbed me the wrong way, so we're having it out about like how pompous this guy is.
I loved that like the book started with this focus on this like group of whatever it was, 8 people all just kind of bullshitting in an apartment, and then the rest of the book
makes it so small. It starts so small, and then the problem gets so big that it really hits you. Like, I always compared movies, stuff like this, to Drive. That was like really slow paced, and then it's just like, shit is real all of a sudden. And that moment,
did you see his head?
That moment really hits you because they've lulled you into this like comfortable thing that you're kind of familiar with, which I think is like expert level writing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love that they started out with this group of 8 people, and then the rest of the story is just breaking out into couples.
Yes.
And seeing how they react to the situation given the setup.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the real reflection is like you talk a big game when it's all hypothetical with your friends. What do you do when the bombs are dropping?
Yes, right. Like you're an expert on a geopolitical. When you're like having a beer with your buddies.
Oh, well, I read a Reddit thread.
You're fucking high-roading everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I got 15 upvotes on the comment I left on.
But it's also
political affairs.
Super terrifying because it feels
very real.
Very real.
Yeah.
I've gotten to this point in my life with the world at large where I'll read a headline. Like the one that I read recently was just like, some NASA experts predict that the object moving towards Earth is not an asteroid, but possibly a space alien spacecraft.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just like, at this point, just, fucking let it be, please. Like, just, let's do the worst thing and just please get this all over with. We need a hard reset. Someone blow on the cartridge and put it back in.
So, would you recommend The War? I mean, it's obviously a good jumping on point.
Yeah, it's no crossed.
No crossed.
Yeah, I think
it's a downer.
It is a downer, but I think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Here's my take.
Yeah.
If you've already got your Hello Darkness issue or 2 that have like a taste of this, I don't know how much more it does that like is going to validate like
a 3-issue
someone like completing this. Like, I don't know, I didn't put all the pieces together through Hello Darkness, but it's worth reading at least a quadrant of it to get Becky Cloonan and Garth Ennis together and like see what happens with some like a really interesting concept. So like, just as someone who appreciates comics and the medium, these are like 2 awesome storytellers working together on like something that I don't feel like I've seen a lot of.
Yeah, it felt super unique.
Yeah.
I've never read a comic book like this. So yeah, it was good.
Yep.
I would recommend it if you want to be sad. I mean, I did not walk away from this book feeling good.
Right, yeah. But
pass for me then. I got no problem with being sad.
Yeah, you feel better for having read it.
Yeah, exactly. And on the flip-flop,
yeah, I am so glad this was the last comic I read. We're talking about Werewolf by Night by Andy
Giacchino. The guy who directed the Werewolf by Night MCU special from a few years back. And also Jason Liu wrote the backup story in this. This is a one shot. It's Werewolf by Night, Blood Moon Rise. So it's
There's a blood moon on the rise.
it's right. It's very cool to me that Marvel seems to be giving these MCU people that clearly have like juice left in the fruit
Yeah.
the opportunity to express that
Fruit?
creative
Fruit juice.
decision in the comic book when they maybe not necessarily going to get the opportunity
To make another film.
to make another film or whatever. No word if this is like
Canon.
to the MCU story. I would guess not,
I would think so.
but I guess it could be, right?
Yeah. They've been doing more canonical comics lately.
Yeah.
Like I think TVA was supposedly canonical.
Yeah,
it was.
It was like
Yeah.
a crossover. Yeah, that's right.
It was like what happens to these characters after Deadpool and
Mhm.
and
Wolverine.
Loki,
Yeah.
and then says let's throw in a couple other comic book characters in it.
Yeah.
That have previously been in the MCU and have never interacted with any of these characters.
That's the comic where they kill Kevin Feige, right?
Well, yeah. I guess this could be a prequel to the Werewolf by Night
Yes.
MCU thing.
So my assumption is what I assumed going into this was that he was telling the origin story of the characters meeting that are the crux of his
Of
Werewolf by Night
yeah.
film
which totally,
on
which
Disney Plus.
definitely tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a action-packed Werewolf by Night story where Jack Russell has to escape Dracula's castle. Like,
Yeah.
that's
What more do you need?
that's what it is.
I love this. Is great. He wakes up in his safe room, which is something he locks himself in
Yeah.
so he doesn't go on these like murderous rampages when he transforms once a month. But he wakes up prematurely and is in a different safe room.
Yeah, it's like an exact replica.
Yeah,
of
it's an
his
exact
room.
replica. So the idea was that he would like wake if in fact he woke up, he would just go back to sleep or whatever, or just wait there until the night was over and not question anything. Instead, he tries to get out a little early because he's like, something doesn't feel right, and discovers that a replica of his safe room has been built in Dracula's castle.
And Dracula has kidnapped him
and is using him to hunt his grounds.
Yep.
And hone his skills as a werewolf so that he can use him as a tool when the need arises.
Yeah. Which is very cool. Like, I love that.
So wait a minute. Dracula is making him better as a werewolf?
Yeah, Dracula's basically, well, he's like psychically controlling him and
Mhm.
all this stuff. But he's basically like letting him out instead of keeping him captured so that he can be better at hunting and killing. So that if Dracula needs him to go hunt and kill somebody, he's really good at it.
All right.
And I think he's also like selling like hunting, rights to like.
Oh, did I miss that?
Well,
I missed
want to
that.
hunt the werewolf?
He's Dracula makes a point that it's like sometimes it's volunteers, like cult wackadoos who like want to be sacrificed to like something supernatural.
Uh-huh.
And then sometimes it's innocents, and other times it's. I think there's like a third person or third scenario that was like interested parties or something.
Oh yeah.
That like
okay.
that like it
The CEO of Jimmy
it
John's.
sounded like he might be charging somebody like $1 million to like get on
Come
the
hunt the werewolf.
get on the
yeah.
compound and be like hunt a fucking werewolf, which is like very fun.
That's super cool. I love that idea.
Yeah.
Write that comic.
Yeah, right. But
The deadliest game.
Yeah,
But it's werewolves.
So forgive me for being excited about this, but he wakes up midway through transformation.
Yeah.
And he's kind of been jolted where he's like he's only ever fully transformed at this point in his story.
Yeah, he's only ever been human or werewolf.
Yes, and now he's this middle hybrid where he's like super strong, has a lot of the abilities of the werewolf, but still has his cognitive abilities, is still mentally Jack Russell.
Yeah.
Which sounds so stupid to say. Some of these old character names are just out of control. But we find out that there's a whole like prison complex of other supernatural creatures that Dracula has under mind control. And one of them happens to be the Man-Thing.
Yeah, and Man-Thing
Is responsible for kind of waking Jack Russell from his slumber prematurely.
and walking him through the process of like stopping midway through his transformation.
Yeah.
So they become buddies
They're fast
and
friends.
escape together.
You just like vibe someone. Like the moment you
Well,
meet
that's
them.
all Man-Thing is vibes.
Vibes and vines.
All right, do you guys know what Man-Thing's like power set is?
Yeah, those who fear burn at the touch of the Man-Thing.
Yeah, I love that.
It's so sick.
Fucking weird.
Yeah, but like the fact that like Dracula burns when he touches Man-Thing because Dracula is scared of stuff
Yeah.
is so sick.
Yeah.
I love Man-Thing.
Man-Thing's a cool character. I think Man-Thing is very underrated because Swamp Thing is so fleshed out.
Sure.
Well, and because Swamp Thing can like talk
Yeah.
and Man-Thing doesn't, you know,
Yeah.
like that's a significant
Yeah.
knock against Man-Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and like Swamp Thing has like the connection to the green, right?
Swamp Thing's got
He's got a whole
thing. I mean,
universal mythos.
well, Swamp Thing Man-Thing is the guardian of the nexus of all realities.
Yes.
So like he's got
He's got a huge thing in the in the Marvel universe, but
Yeah, well, I mean,
he's super important in universe, but
yeah.
you know, he doesn't talk.
He shows up at a lot of like anytime there's a crossroads where someone's transitioning into like a realm of
yeah.
something, it's always fun to be like, Man-Thing's there.
Of course he is.
he's just like, do you have your ticket?
If you're
I gotta
scared,
punch this.
If you're scared, do not touch me.
Yeah. If you have ever been scared, please stay away from me.
Hey guys, I'm here. Oh god, it's Man-Thing. Oh my god, I'm on fire.
Yeah.
What'd I tell you? First thing I told you.
A really fun read.
Yeah, super fun, especially for a one shot.
And yeah, and just like putting it in context of like these are the characters in the show makes
Yeah.
the show more charming.
Yeah, totally.
Did you want to talk about the backup story at all or no?
Oh yeah, so there's a couple page backup story by Jason Liu who wrote the last
Red Band.
the last Red Band Werewolf by Night story. Well, I'm sorry. He wrote a one shot Werewolf by Night story.
Okay.
And the last Jack Russell Werewolf by Night Red Band. But
Mhm.
the backup story is about Jake Lopez, and he's the Werewolf by Night that Taboo created
Mhm.
way back when. So he got like a one-shot book, and it ended with him like basically the Incredible Hulk. Like he's off kind of wandering, learning how
Yeah.
to be a werewolf and not attack and kill people.
Who was in Blood Hunt?
The Blood Hunt one-shot was Jake Lopez.
That's what I thought.
The last Red Band book was still Jack Russell.
Okay.
But we got a one-shot of Jake Lopez doing werewolf stuff.
Mhm. And yeah, this backup story supposes that Jack Russell, his daughter, and Jake Lopez have all connected and have formed a pack.
Right.
Ah, okay.
And they live out in the kind of like wilderness together and are like finding ways to control this.
You know, actually, it makes a lot of sense now, because if you presume that the main story here is in the MCU, that backup story makes a lot more sense for it to be in the comics universe.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
that all of our werewolves are now together, kind of roaming.
In a forest.
Yes.
Yeah, learning how to be werewolves.
Totally.
It's sick.
Running around at night, howling.
Werewolf by Night just like
We're free.
does not get enough love.
The movie or the character?
The character.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that he's like still kicking around, I guess.
Do you have the second appearance of Moon Knight?
I have a reprint.
Do you?
of-
Okay.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I see that one on eBay. And it's still expensive, but I mean, it's obviously,
It's Werewolf 33, right?
yeah.
Where Moon Knight's on that fucking helicopter.
Yes. Yeah. It's so goofy to see these like characters that feel almost elemental.
Yeah.
And then it's just like,
Riding normal transportation.
yeah, right.
Is it
Oh, yeah,
Daredevil
that's-
on the subway?
That's
What
the
the
first
fuck?
appearance of the Moon Knight bus.
Mhm. Just like Thanos in a helicopter is like,
Thanos
what the
got-
hell?
The Electro Taxi.
Uh,
Speed Racer.
and then Greg and I read Speed Racer.
Yep. David Pepose. David Tinto on art.
Mhm.
I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Uh-huh.
I've always enjoyed Speed Racer. I will go to my grave saying that the Speed Racer movie that came out in 2010s is like premier comic book shit.
It's awesome.
It is amazing.
Mhm.
And this kind of felt in the same realm. It is definitely influenced heavily by anime and manga, and it's just the energy of those panels. We love David Pepose. So like honestly, anytime you see David Pepose's name on
Yeah.
a book, we just snatch it up. But I thought it was good. It continues in the line of recently acquired intellectual property that's been kind of elevated in comic book form.
Yep.
Specifically by David Pepose, most recently with Captain America, Captain Planet, Speed Racer, and then what's the other? Oh, Space Ghost.
Mhm.
So a continued well-earned grade card of A pluses for this guy, making sure that the IP doesn't drag.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun.
There's a lot in here.
Yeah, it was very like Fast and Furious inspired.
Mhm.
Like it was nice that Pepose took the heart and soul of Speed Racer,
Mhm.
but put it in a medium that like an American kid picks it up and they're not like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this?
Yeah, the
Like,
side story of them all stealing DVD players was kind of crazy.
It's like literally a ripoff of
Yeah.
Fast One.
F1.
F1. That's great.
But yeah, I loved it, and I was curious to hear your take because I have a lot of nostalgia for Speed Racer.
Mhm. I've always thought Speed Racer was a fun idea. I love vehicle stories.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love wacky racers. I love Speed Racer. I love the fantastic, no, the Fast and Furious stuff. Like I used to read old car magazines and Radical Rick from my uncle's like BMX magazines and stuff, and like I've just always connected with stories where like the vehicle is a character in itself, and like with these Speed Racer cars, like they're not just normal race cars. They have like machine guns and like oil slicks and like they're like you're driving around in a James Bond mobile.
Formula X, man.
Yes, it's Formula X is like, and that's just like a fun twist on like the gumball race and like all
Yeah.
these like cannonball run things. It's like explore those stories more because it's like it can be a cross country adventure. In each slice of life that you drive into is another way to interpret a story or to tell a story with those people that live in those areas.
Mhm.
I don't remember I watched the anime when I was a kid, but I don't remember if they had Racer X be like the super spy or like the vigilante that he was in this.
No,
But
he
I
was
like
always like
that.
the mysterious racer.
Yeah, he was the mystery guy that Speed could never beat.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked the
But was
idea,
always cheering on Speed Racer.
right.
That's a different episode.
I liked the idea that he was like
He
a
looked sick.
vigilante.
He
He's like a
looked
street
sick.
guy.
He looked awesome.
Yeah.
And
he's getting his own spin-off book too.
of course he is.
It's Mad Cave.
Matt Cave loves money. Yeah. I mean, it seems weird to be so nonchalant about a really incredible book,
Yeah.
but it's like we've come to expect it. I would have
Very
a lot.
true. Yeah.
I would have a lot more to say if this fell flat
Yeah.
and been like, what happened here? Because like the formula is there. David Pepose knows how to take what's given to him and expound upon it.
Yeah.
And make it even better. But like this is just like sure footing in a series that is going to hit a lot of fun notes.
Yeah. This is
And-
very fun.
And more I guess I should say really the conversation is I just want to read the other issues now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like, I know what I'm about to get. Just give it to me all at once. Like, I'm annoyed that I have to wait for the issues to come out.
Yeah, totally. I agree.
That's a good first issue, babe. They did it.
Yeah, if you make me annoyed, you know you got a good firstie.
Well, Speed Racer, you name a kid Speed Racer, he's going to end up making
I think it's like
driving cars.
I think it's like a Hulk Hogan thing.
No, it's not. His name is Speed Racer.
His name is Dipstick. Dipstick McGulligan.
The real tragedy is his dad's name is Pops. Pops Racer.
What sucks is
That's his
when you
name.
name your kid Pops, you kind of like branded him of just like, okay, you have to have kids now.
Yeah,
Or
right,
else you
yeah.
can get
The saddest man alive, old Pop's childless over there.
He's a 15-year-old kid named Pops.
keeps trying to impregnate these women. I have to fulfill the prophecy. My name is Pops, for God's sake. That's like naming your kid Axe Murderer.
And just like that self-fulfilling prophecy, our prophecy has been fulfilled with another fantastic episode of the First Issue Club podcast. Later, folks. Everything you need to know is in the outro. Bye. First Issue Club podcast is brought to you by Boulevard Brewing Company, the people responsible for our favorite drinks, the Space Camper Cosmic IPA family of beers. Our show is edited and produced by our hosts Mike DeStacy, Greg Lichtig, and Andy Vargas. You can find us on social media at First Issue Club, and you can join the supporters who keep our humble podcast going on our Patreon at patreon.com/firstissueclub.